From cleaning bottles to boss of 72 lakh crore empire, the story of Warren Buffett's successor Greg Abel. A moment the world's investors waited years for has finally arrived. At Berkshire Hathaway's annual meeting, 94-year-old Warren Buffett stood on stage and uttered a simple sentence that determined the future of one of the world's biggest companies: "It's time for Greg Abel to be made CEO." The words were simple, but the impact profound. This wasn't just a leadership change, it marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. Greg Abel, who once repaired fire extinguishers and washed bottles to fund his education, is now set to lead an empire worth over 72 lakh crore rupees. Today, we dive deep into his incredible journey. But before that, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. Let's begin today's discussion. The most surprising part of this announcement was that Greg Abel himself had no prior knowledge of it. Sitting right beside Warren Buffett on stage, Greg's face suddenly lit up with a blend of surprise and pride. Every person present became a witness to that unforgettable moment. Before this, only Buffett's son Howard and daughter Susie, both board members, were aware of the decision. This incident perfectly symbolized how carefully and confidently Buffett makes leadership choices without media drama, without speculation. Just a simple, humble announcement, and the world's eyes turned to Greg Abel. Now the question is, who exactly is Greg Abel, the man Warren Buffett trusts to be his successor? His life is nothing short of an inspirational saga. Born in Edmonton, Canada, Greg came from a modest background. As a child, he did all kinds of jobs that are typical of middle or lower-income students, like washing bottles at a shop, repairing fire extinguishers, and reading electricity meters. He funded his own education through these small gigs. These experiences may seem ordinary, but they instilled in him a deep sense of discipline, self-reliance, and resilience, qualities that eventually shaped his extraordinary journey. In 1984, Greg earned a bachelor's degree in commerce from the University of Alberta. Even there, he stood out from his peers. While others focused only on passing exams, Greg saw every subject as an opportunity. After graduation, he began working at the prestigious firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, where he gained deep experience in accounting, auditing, and financial planning. But for Greg, this was just the beginning. He always aspired to do something bigger, something that aligned with his values and where his hard work could contribute to building an institution. The biggest turning point in his life came in 1992 when he joined Coal Energy, which later merged with Mid-American Energy. At the time, it was a growing energy company seeking future opportunities. Greg adopted his trademark approach: quiet, focused, and dedicated leadership. He worked on operational efficiency, reducing costs, and advancing environmentally responsible energy solutions. His work ethic had no showmanship, only results. That's precisely why, when Berkshire Hathaway acquired Mid-American in 1999, Warren Buffett himself took notice of Greg's exceptional talent. After that, Greg Abel's career soared like a roller coaster headed straight upward. In 2008, he was appointed CEO of Mid-American Energy, and gradually, he began taking charge of Berkshire Hathaway's non-insurance businesses. He oversaw major subsidiaries like BNSF Railway, Berkshire Hathaway Energy, and various industrial units. The way he led these companies made it clear that he wasn't just an operational head, he was a strategic thinker with a long-term vision for business growth. In 2021, Warren Buffett publicly stated for the first time that if he ever had to pass on his responsibilities, the person would be Greg Abel. This wasn't a casual remark, it was a decision backed by a mountain of experience. Although Greg hadn't been directly involved in insurance or large-scale investment decisions till then, Buffett believed that leadership doesn't stem only from domain expertise, It comes from vision, integrity, and sound judgment. He saw all of these qualities in Greg. In fact, Buffett admitted that when he sat alone in his office to make major decisions, Greg's counsel often influenced the direction he chose. Greg Abel is now stepping into leadership of an institution that Warren Buffett built with decades of relentless effort. This is a company with holdings in giants like Apple and Coca-Cola, an equity portfolio worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and the trust of investors around the globe. In this scenario, Greg faces a monumental responsibility to preserve that trust. Buffett's leadership style was deeply personal. He communicated directly with shareholders, maintained transparency in decisions, and always focused on long-term value. Now, Greg must carry that legacy forward, not by imitating Buffett, but by embracing and upholding his core principles in his own authentic way. Another significant aspect is that Greg doesn't own as large a stake in Berkshire as Buffett does. However, Buffett himself has made it clear that he has retained most of his shares in the company because he has full faith in Greg. That trust isn't just in a person, but in the system they've built together, a system rooted in employee values, investor expectations, and a deep sense of social responsibility. Now that Greg Abel is about to become the new CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, global media, shareholders, and investors have started calling him the next Warren Buffett. But the question remains, can anyone truly replace Warren Buffett? Perhaps not. Because Buffett isn't just an investor, he's an ideology, a school of thought. But Greg Abel is arguably the most deserving disciple of that ideology, and that's what sets him apart from others. This entire story teaches us that no matter how humble the beginning, if your determination is true, the end can be glorious. Greg Abel's journey is an inspiration for every young person coming from a small town, an ordinary family, or a regular college who dares to dream big, because the height of your dreams is never limited by your resources, but by the strength of your resolve.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.